Look, being Hispanic or being black does not, or being anything, does not make you immune from being racist, from being radicalized, from being a white supremacist, from being evil, from being homicidal. And we are seeing it over and over again. There are people, they don't see themselves as what they are.
Yeah.
And
Spit it out.
Of course they say he's a white supremacist. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com, TatumStore.com. Make sure you get the merch link in the description section. And also, I honestly believe if we had more non-gun-free zones and people were carrying, we will see less of these things happening and more people being able to defend themselves. It's sickening to me. And all you got to do is watch the way people operate. Why do they go to malls? Why do they go to schools? It's not because they're the most conducive outside of the fact that nobody has a gun. So if they go in there and try to bang, bang, chitty, chitty, bang, bang, there ain't nobody to stop them. That's why they don't go to a gun store. They don't go to a police station. They ain't going to the hood. Okay. Link is in the description section. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notification anytime I go live. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to be very succinct about this and try to make it quick because I got to get on the radio. The left-wing media, to me, is absolutely diabolically out of control. How in the world are they going to make a Mexican guy whose parents don't even speak English a white supremacist? They even say that he's akin to neo-Nazi. Let me just explain to you why a person who's not white can't be a neo-Nazi. The very fundamental principle of neo-Nazis and the foundation of white supremacy is literally white people and the supremacy of white excellence or white, I'm trying to think of the word, superiority. That's the word I was looking for. That's pretty much what it is about. So a Hispanic person espousing to eliminate his own race makes absolutely no sense. Now, evil is the subject matter here. These people are evil and hateful. So you can be white and evil, you can be black and evil, you can be Hispanic and evil. But the media want to gear you towards hating white people. So they make the supremacists of being white or neo-Nazis the only subject matter of violence. Look at any statistic in the United States of America. The most murders that happen with guns are perpetuated by black people. So what do you call that? Black supremacy? Most of the murder victims are black, perpetuated by black suspects. What do you call that? Most of the, over half of all violent crimes in this country are perpetuated by black people. So what do you call that? But they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to address it. They don't want to fix it. They want to just blame the white man for everything. Now, I agree neo-Nazis and stuff are crazy. But at the same time, why can't a Mexican guy just be an evil man? Why does he have to be pushing white supremacy? It just bothers me. Listen to the cackling idiots on The View say some of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. And then we're going to talk about some more things that I think should be addressed as it relates to the Texas shooter, especially the demographic. It's like, how you going to be a white supremacist and you going and shooting white people? You ain't going to the hood. You ain't exterminating the Hispanics. You going to the white community as a white supremacist. All right, let me let you hear this clip, and then I'm going to show you the Census Bureau statistics on why I'm right.
Look, being Hispanic or being black does not, or being anything, does not make you immune from being racist, from being radicalized, from being a white supremacist, from being evil, from being homicidal. And we are seeing it over and over again. There are people, they don't see themselves as what they are.
Yeah.
I wonder why she never talked about the shooting that happened in Alabama. I think it was Mississippi or Alabama, where it was a Sweet 16 birthday party. It was in Alabama. 3-4 armed assailants went and shot, 30-some people. They killed like 8, 7, and 9, 8 or 9 of them were in critical condition in the hospital. Like, at the end of the day, this may be one of the most deadliest shootings in the country, at least top 5 this year in the country this year. But nobody's talking about the Alabama where it was nothing but black people shooting nothing but black kids. One of the biggest mass shootings of the year. And they haven't said a mother freaking word about it. Roll the clip.
Spit it out. This shooter, who happened to be Hispanic and Latino, which is very bizarre to me.
It's bizarre to you because you're a racist. Because you believe Hispanics and can't shoot people? Can't do mass shootings? You mean Hispanic Americans? Because you don't want to talk about violence and go across the border. Because the cartel is Mexican, Latino, and they're the biggest crazy, murderous thugs almost as any group in the world. MS-13, the most murderous group in the world. The most dangerous gang in the prison. Then you go to the cartel. They chopping people up and cutting their heads off. What are you talking about? White people don't even do nothing like that. But we ain't even go to Africa and none of that other stuff. Let me move on.
Had a white supremacy moniker on him. Mm-hmm. And so, Christopher Wray, these are not my words, so people don't start with the I'm a race baiter crap.
You're a race baiter.
Christopher Wray said that the biggest threat to our democracy is white supremacy and domestic terrorism.
Look how stupid she is. The biggest threat to our democracy is white supremacy, yet we voted for a white president that literally did the eulogy of Robert Byrd, who was a former Klan member. Like if white supremacy was such a threat in this country, how y'all didn't voted for another white president? Make that make sense to me. I will never understand these people. Christopher Wray ain't black. He white. All the people leading in the stuff is white, and y'all talking about white supremacy is the biggest threat to our democracy. It's just dumb. Just dumb. That's enough of the cackling stupidity. Let me show y'all why I think this has nothing to do with white supremacy. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it does, but the motive just don't make sense. So if you look at the Census Bureau, let me enlarge it for you guys so you can see it. If you look at the Census Bureau in Allen, Texas, because I grew up in Texas. I grew up in Fort Worth. I know Allen, Plano. I know that part very, very intimately because I went to move to Plano and Allen. That's where all the nice houses are at. That's where all the wealthy, rich people live. At least when I was growing up, that's what it was. But you go down, I think the numbers are here on the side. So you go down and you look at race. White-only percentages. See, y'all can't see it. It's probably not big enough. 61% is white. Let me try to make this bigger. See if I can make it bigger without it being weird. Okay, let's see if that's better. All right, it's weird, but at least you can see it. White, 61% of the population white. Only 9% of the population is black. So if you're a white supremacist, how you gonna go shoot up white people? We're gonna show you that the white man is the best. I'm gonna go to a mall and shoot up white people. I almost guarantee you that all the victims were white. A majority of the victims were white. They didn't go to South Oak Cliff. He could have drove down in South Dallas. Nothing but black people. He could have drove to DeSoto. He could have drove to Denton. He could have went to Arlington. He could have went to Fort Worth. He could have went to downtown Dallas. It's a whole bunch of African population in downtown Dallas. He could have went anywhere. I think I mentioned South Oak Cliff. He could have went to Big T Plaza in Dallas. I don't even know if that's still there. When I was there, it was a Big T Plaza in the hood where people, it's like a swap meet. None but black people out there. Gang banging and all kind of stuff in the parking lot doing all this stuff. He could have went there and shot it up. But he went to Allen, Texas, and they want you to believe that this man is a white supremacist. Even if he was, it was his motive. Not as he hated Asians. 19% Asians live in Plano. Live in Allen. And it says white only, not Hispanic nor Latino percentage, 54%. Now, I don't know how they do in the Census Bureau where you can be white only or alone, not Hispanic. White alone. What does that mean? What's the difference between white alone, not Hispanic, and white alone? They just be making up extra numbers to try to make these stats make sense to them. It's only 11% Hispanic. So, who is he hating on? He go to an all-white area to kill white people for the sake of white supremacy. In Allen, Texas, conservative. So, right wing. So, okay, so let me just give a couple stats on them, then we're going to move on because I got to get on the radio. So he did have a thing on his plate. I didn't see it, but reports are saying that he had RWDS, and it's an acronym for Right Wing Death Squad. But that doesn't mean that RWDS is exactly what he was representing. It could have been something else, but we don't know. We'll find out. He had a job. He was working as a security guard. He lived with his parents. He was staying at a motel at the time. So, I mean, this guy, he struggled from mental illness, is what reports say. So, name a shooter that wasn't mentally ill. Name a mass shooter that's not mentally ill, except the black ones. And they probably mentally ill. Name a shooter. I mean, even a bomber, Timothy McVeigh, mentally ill. Look at the dude in Virginia Tech, which actually one of the largest murderous mass shootings in the country, done with a handgun. 32 people lost their lives. Mentally ill. Go down the list, man. The Uvalde, that kid was mentally ill. There's a trend here. It's not the gun, and it's not even a type of gun. It's called mental illness. So you get a mental ill person with a gun, that's when you have problems. You get a sane person with a gun, that's how you resolve the problem. It's really that simple. I got to get on the radio. I love you guys. I feel this level of disdain that they always got to push to hate the white man, hate the white man, hate the white man, hate the white man. And there's probably some solutions to the problem that we can actually get to if they would be honest, but they ain't going to be honest. I'll see you on the next video. I'm out.